Hey guys, what's going on? It is me, Straw Hat Ninja 89, and let's hop on our way to our next episode of Retro Games That Kick Ass. Now, sorry if I haven't made this series in quite a while. I was actually going to do one on Sonic R since I recently did my review of Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing for the PS3. And I was going to compare it to, like, how Sonic racing games reformed ever since those days. With the Game Gear, then with the Saturn / PC with Sonic R. But this time around, I decided to do something completely different. Decided to do something that I really loved growing up as a kid, going over my cousin's house playing multiplayer while playing this on the PC and pretty much just beating all the levels just to beat it for fun because I loved platformers back in the day, besides RPGs and whatnot. I'm talking about Frogger for the PlayStation 1, also available for the PC. Now, this game takes me back so many memories with such amazing platforming and such amazing music just to go around. It's one of those underrated platformers that nobody really seems to talk about or play that much anymore. Hey, that's why you got my series for, pretty much. So, Frogger, as you can see here, is not your average arcade port of the original 1980s arcade game of Frogger, which pretty much plays similar with this stage, literally called Retro Zone. Retro Zone is pretty much taking it back to the good old days of the arcade classic, making it a smash hit. The difference is between this is that it's Frogger with a twist. The 90s had a thing where they can reboot most things to see if it would sell to be a really good platformer in the mid-90s, such as Frogger. Also, Donkey Kong did this back in the 90s as well on the Game Boy with their own version with a twist as a reboot, and also Qbert, which maybe I'll cover those games maybe later on. But for now, I'm going to do the one that I remember mostly the most, and mostly my favorite is Frogger. Well, of course, next to this is the Donkey Kong reboot they had on the Game Boy, which was very awesome. So yeah, the music itself, if you can listen closely as I put it up here. Well, I think you're going to miss it now because I'm about to beat the stage. Yep, pretty much. And if you can hear the music closely, as I mentioned, it's pretty much the music from the original Frogger arcade game. Just revamped. The only difference is just revamped up a little bit, but you pretty much get the idea. Now, I remember back in the day when we played multiplayer in this game, like, we would always get competition between each other to see which one would get the most frogs and win. So yeah, I mean, it brings me back so many memories as a kid playing it and on multiplayer-wise, but also the memories of just platforming the levels just to unlock everything, to unlock all the stages, and feeling accomplished as a gamer in general. Sure, this may look like the same old thing, but fear not. Once you get to the other worlds of this game, it is completely different, and definitely not like this. Well, it is pretty much the concept trying to find the frogs, and once you find all of them, well, the only difference here is that it does get harder, in this part of Retro Zone, that is. See, now they added like a whole bunch of snakes and whatnot, and yes, now the timer is pretty much decreased more than it was before. So yeah, while it may look the same here, let's just fast forward a bit and go to the other zones of this game, which are the most exciting parts. We took it from the streets all the way to the honeybee hive. Listen to this jamming music. Oh yeah. Yeah, now isn't that some funky stuff in Frogger, you know what I'm saying, y'all? Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, now, not only did we just take it from the original retro classic, we are going towards other different worlds, from a beehive world, to a fire world, to a lawnmower world, to a desert world. There's a ton of imaginative worlds in Frogger. There are 9 worlds in total, which an ending, which I'm not really going to spoil, leads up to a sequel, which is about, I think it was like 2 or 3 years later. I know this game was released like in 1997, well, I believe the sequel was in 2000, yeah, because it was on the Dreamcast. However, I didn't get a chance to play the second Frogger on the Dreamcast. Oh, there was a really, like, sad story in my childhood for Christmas, is that I did get Frogger 2 for Christmas for the Dreamcast, but the problem was that it wouldn't play on my Dreamcast. It said, like, disk read error, or game non-existent, or some stupid shit like that. Or missing data. It was, like, really weird. So I went to return to Best Buy to get myself Okay, yeah. My copy of it was kind of either defective or something, so we take it back to Best Buy, try to get another copy, and what happens is, well, the same thing happened. So I don't know if it was either my Dreamcast or just the Dreamcast version of that game had some issues, or whatever, I'm not so sure. But, I don't know, I was very sad I didn't get to play the second one. But let me know in the comment section below if the second game is worth it, and if I could give it a shot, and then, you know, I'll tell you how it is. But until then, this is the only one I basically played, and I really would love to play the second one, because I heard it was just as beloved as the first game. So yeah, anyways, this is one of my favorite zones also, Platform Madness. Now, it may look easy here, but playing this as a kid, it really did frustrate me in trying to figure out which platform is which, and you know, after a while, it does get pretty hard. Well, this one isn't nearly as hard. When you get to the second or third part is when it really starts to kick you in the ass. Like I said, Frogger does develop some challenge. It's not just your typical same arcade port. It has very challenging platforming stages like this. Like, most of the times when I was a kid, I would die easily, but now since I'm older and wiser, I can pretty much pass this, you know, with ease. It's not that hard, but when I was a kid, for some reason, I couldn't really pass, you know, most of them. I don't know, maybe I just kind of sucked back then, but anyways, my reflexes were kind of different as a kid, but whatever. Anyways, it's really good to see such a crazy adaptation of a simple arcade game to something as wacky and creative as this. And I loved games like this back in the 90s, but so much great creativity. I wonder why games like this can't be like this today. It'd be weird if they can actually reboot some other, you know, maybe they can do like Galactica in some epic HD game or some story where you're a captain or something and then you have to defend your ship from all these Space Invaders. Yeah, Space Invaders. Why doesn't that have a fucking epic platformer reboot or something? That'd be pretty cool as well. I would like that. God, I just love the funky pattern to this song. It's fucking epic. I love it, and it does fit with the whole skiing, like, cave theme. It's pretty good. This is another one of those creative levels, and totally one of my favorites. And it actually fits the theme, too. Frogger goes skiing. Because in this one, you're basically on a cave of ice, and you basically have to try to find your way to make it to the platformers and get the other frogs without falling off. Now, this level, when I was a kid, really, really pissed me off. Because I was never good at slippery sliding covers, but now, again, since my older game experience has gotten better, I can pretty much beat this level, and it doesn't really seem that hard of a game to me, but still very fun to relive those memories. And they say frogs couldn't survive in the winter. Take that, Mother Nature! Fuck yeah! Yeah, anyways, this is so awesome. Look at this, a frog skiing in a cave. I bet you never thought you'd see the day when a frog that basically is inhabited of water in a pond skiing on ice. This is the most creative way. I mean, I don't know what kind of drugs they were taking, but I want some. This is fucking wicked. I love it. I love this idea. This is just amazing. I just love how this is amazing. Look at this. Look at this, doing all these awesome. Well, I will admit. I mean, I don't know how the hell I was able to beat this without rage quitting when I was a kid. I mean, again, when I was a kid, my reflexes were kind of different back then when it comes to these kind of stages, but still. Then again, I didn't really have a problem when it came to the Mario ski level and Mario 64 with the penguin level. Yeah. Yeah, that was my fault. See, I still fuck up here now and then. See, again, I was never good at shit like this. This shit, god damn, I hate this. Alright, so, okay, so we're just moving along. Look at this, see, I really have to get used to that stupid slope part. That slope part really, that just really gets to me. I hate that. Alright, get the flies. I need that for time. Where's the other frog guy? I don't remember. Alright, let's see. Come on. What the hell God, I don't remember. Is it coming up? Oh shit. Oh yes! Got it! Booyah! Ladies and gentlemen, Frogger has defied gravity. He's in the effing sky. You heard me, ladies and gentlemen. A small frog, a simple small little frog, surviving in the air and the sky. Just blows your mind, doesn't it? Anyways, like I said, overall, Frogger is a very simple, imaginative platformer that takes a simple arcade game like from the 80s and takes it to this imaginative and creative platforming world that none of these games from today actually have in mind. Well, okay, I mean, I'm not going to say not every game in this generation. I mean, don't get me wrong, this generation does have amazing stuff too, but for the time being, back in the days, this was cutting edge at the time. This is something that you wouldn't see often, but now in most video games you do, but in those days it was just fascinating to see such critters like this go into some wacky platforming adventures. So yeah, maybe I'll try to show you some of the multiplayer real quick, and that'll probably be it. What you see here is footage from for me and a buddy of mine that actually still has the game, playing some good old Frogger against each other. Now, it's not my cousin. I mean, then again, I usually used to play more with my cousin, because my cousin, when I used to go to upstate New York, had this game, and damn! Yeah, now, again, I'm not really, you know, playing the game right now. I'm just showing you footage of the multiplayer, because this is just pretty much footage from me and a friend of mine that I've recorded of us playing multiplayer. Oh my god, what a night we had. Oh my god. Just playing the multiplayer for, like, old time's sake. This was just a treat. This level especially was the most frustrating, because we would just have so much, like, rage competition. Now, this is back in the day when there was no online gaming, no overrated Call of Duty players, or any of such stuff. Oh no. Back in these days, this is where the rage quit all began. Sorry, everything. So yes, this is where the rage quitting and frustration and good old-fashioned fun of pretty much me with a box of Oreo cookies and milk, just like blasting my days away on multiplayer from days to nights. This was the equivalent of playing a game without worrying about internet connection or anything. Just simple two-player controllers, two people in front of a TV, not only talking just about the game itself, but just life in general. Ah, the good old days. I'll never forget it. Those were simpler times. And this concludes the video. Now, just remember, you can find this game pretty cheap as hell. You know, you can find tons of copies of this on Amazon, eBay, some old retro game stores. Hell, even the second game is not even that expensive either for PlayStation 1 and for the PC. I know there's also like a Game Boy version, I think, Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color or something. I don't know, I never played those. I was just more used to the console versions. So thank you guys for watching this amazing episode of Retro Games to Kick Ass. Sorry for if it's late. I hope all your holidays were good. Hope you guys had a happy, good, safe holiday, happy new year and all that. And yeah, hopefully 2013 actually leads us to some pretty good stuff. Also for me, hopefully I can come up with some good old awesome episodes for this series. So I'll get back on track with that. So thank you guys for watching. Straw Hat Ninja 89 over now, to the bounce. Peace out, and remember, gamer fans, no game is ever impossible. Keep on hopping. Later. Ooh, got the flag. Ha! Whoop that ass. Of course, I'm a boss. I always own a multiplayer. Are we still recording? Yeah, we're still recording. Wow. Did those frogs just... I just love the way they die. Just, like, fucking explode all over the place. I just love how you jump... Like, if you die, and if you don't land correctly, and if you basically... Look at that! Fucking exploding frogs! Oh my god. I'm so glad PETA did not try to censor this game. Alright, signing off, guys. For real. Peace.